very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Jadiel Kabiro for today's political conversation, a conversation that I say is always very truthful, absolutely hard-hitting, coming from Professor Herman Manyora. And as I usually say, this conversation is simple so that everyone can be able to understand it. I'm joined by the one and only Herman Manyora. Sir, karibu on set.
Asante, Judge.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm okay.
New week for you. It's
Wonderful.
just wonderful.
Wonderful.
Nothing new happening in your life?
Oh, well, at my age, not much really happens.
Fuel prices.
One day at a time.
Fuel prices, though. How is the fuel prices hitting you? It's actually a shortage.
It's good. It's good. We are getting to a point where we will soon sort out our problems. Yeah. Because you see, if you depend on sense to prevail, it doesn't prevail. If you depend on reason, it doesn't work. If you think leaders are able to see the suffering of the common man and do something, it doesn't work. So what you get into a state of hopelessness. And from this state of hopelessness, something good will be born.
Oh.
Yes.
Deputy President William
Something
Ruto
must give way.
Ah.
Yeah, when things get where they are getting, something must give way.
Look at
Now even the villager, even a villager now knows there is so much greed pumped into the price of 1 liter of fuel. Even a villager now knows. They didn't know. They thought this mafuta inatoka huko na shilingi 100. Serikali inaongeza shilingi yake 5-10 hapo. Faida ya petrol dealers shilingi 2-3. Now they know it's not that. Now they know that the dealers are getting supernormal profits. Sometimes back, I can't remember when, but it's quite a while back. It must be quite some times back. A friend of mine was relocated to the UK with his family. And he was running a petrol station, a Shell petrol station. He said, Manyora, this thing I want to leave to you. I have invested so much in this and blah, blah, blah. I will not, you just do the normal things you do with the company and so on and so forth. Of course, I didn't have the money, of course. But it was quite a throwaway. A friend was giving me a very good deal. But you know why I was also not very excited? The profit was just less than a shilling. The profit then? Yeah, per liter. It was, you could say a shilling. And if you factor any other things, na wizi kidogo na evaporation, it was like 20-30 cents perhaps. Today, people are making a kill. I was even surprised. A friend of mine was telling me to go into gas business about 2-3 years ago. I was surprised to find that on one mtungi, he was making like 800 shillings, 600, 800 shillings. 800? Yes. One mtungi. Now Kenyans are seeing we are suffering so that a few people may feel happy, number one. Now we know the profit. People, you've seen how many people have opened small petrol stations? Yeah. You have seen them in the villages? Everywhere. Why? Friends of mine have them. There is good money inside. So we are suffering so that a few people may be rich. Number two, now everybody knows there are too many levies in that liter of petrol. Government is putting everything there. 40% of it. Road maintenance levy, suji what levy, suji what. Surely. And yet everything is dependent on oil. The moment you mess oil, you mess the entire economy. Kenyans now also know that if we were to import crude oil, which means we used to have a refinery, which means we put a refinery. The president has done a good thing. That Kipevu, what do you call it? Storage facility, has a name I've forgotten. Now we can hold stocks. You know, that also helps you to handle situations such as the ones we are in. But we also know if we have a refinery and we import crude, we'll bring down the cost of fuel in this country. But since people are bringing petrol iko tayari, guys are killed. Guys are making billions of money. Can your idea work in Kenya? Remember what the DP said about that's what you are not listening. Are you a good student? I'm saying things have gotten to a point they will burst. It is no longer tenable. Anybody who becomes president, whether it's Ruto or Raila, and you think you can carry on with this, you're wasting your time. Well, addressing the country, he blamed it on monopolistic cartels. He said incompetent public officials coming out now and saying, I'm taking this role. Who is that now? The deputy president. He's part of it. I'm taking this role from the opposition because they went to the government. He's part of it. Bei ya mafuta imepanda jana. All these things I'm talking about have been around when he was deputy president, very powerful person, with Keter in charge of energy. Please, let Ruto spare us that. I'm talking very serious matters. And I'm saying this thing is very serious. Serious enough to bring the economy down. Serious enough even to bring a government down. And I'm putting Ruto and Raila on notice.
Okay.
If you become president in August and think you can continue with this madness, you will not last in office. You'll go. Then something like this times 3, you go home.
What should then a leader speak about, if not what the deputy president was speaking
about?
No, that the auditor general.
What Ruto is doing is trying to blame government, and he's part of that government. And I advised Ruto, times without number, let me use that cliche.
Yeah.
Get out of government. We will listen to you. But you are part of government, and you are blaming the same government. You put everything together. This docket was yours. We are being messed when you are an active. Let's grant it to you, Ruto. You have not been in government from 2018. Does this suffering begin in 2018? Kenyans have been living with this madness for as long as we can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that is the DP side. Look at the president's side,
Yes.
Now coming out and signing into law the supplementary bill of 34.4 billion.
Which is again another madness.
To stabilize.
I wanted to use another word I've just said because he's the president. You know that word, eh? I can't use it.
You have apologized.
I apologize. So it's just madness.
Oh.
In the 1980s, we got into a mess called the Golden Bag scandal.
Yeah.
The biggest problem here was we decided in order to bring in the dollars, because dollars were becoming scarce because Kenya was almost a pariah state. Our partners and donors and business partners, IMF and World Bank, they were not happy with us. So there was a problem, balance of payment and stuff like that. The dollar was scarce. So we said, anybody who exports something, and we created a category of things, when you export them, we will compensate you. As almost 35%, I remember. 20, then 35%, I can't remember. If you export something out of the country, because you are bringing us dollars, we will compensate you for that.
Oh.
It's called export compensation.
Okay.
Crooks then got to export air.
Goodness.
And the Golden Bag was about people exporting gold.
Yeah.
Never mind, Kenya doesn't mind gold. Where is the gold from Kenya?
Yeah.
But they played around with the law. You could get it maybe from Zaire, Kinshasa, whatever, which is a lie.
Yeah.
But basically they were exporting air, but they had the papers to show they had exported
Gold.
And that's the Golden Bag scandal.
Yeah.
It surprises me that I'm the only one who is seeing this. That we still have things like VAT refunds.
Oh.
A country like Kenya, where made of conmen, how can you have refund system? A refund system is a conduit for stealing. Nobody should ever come up with any refund system in this country. Let's deal with the issue.
Okay.
How can you refund petrol dealers, fuel dealers or sellers, people suppliers? Yeah. How can you refund them? They will just play around with the books, and the government will lose money.
Okay.
I have said this. Let the government target one of those levies. Road maintenance levy, about 18%. Remove it. 18 shillings per litre. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
Look for other ways of getting money or scale down maintenance of roads until things stabilize, until you have your own refinery or something is better. Not to compensate people at wewe uza petroli yako, hiyo faida ya shilingi 5 ungeweka juu, serikali itakurudishia. Kenya.
That we're having this shortage.
Kenya. That wewe uza petroli baada ya kupatia mwananchi na shilingi 135, muuzie 130.
Alafu
5 serikali itakupa. This is a country made up of stupid people. It can be Kenya. This can work in America, where there are values, where you can steal, where systems are so well operationalized.
Yeah.
That it has to be that. When they talk of VAT refunds in South Africa, it's clear. It can't be in Kenya.
Okay.
Where everybody's a conman, including me and you.
Maybe you.
Systems of refund in Kenya should be avoided.
When you look at, I know you don't want to listen to the deputy president criticizing the government, but he says
not when he's deputy president.
He's saying there's a petroleum development fund. It was put into place to help during such situations.
Yes.
He's asking, where is the money? Why was it transferred to other
the moment
agencies?
you were saying, that's what I'm saying. When you are part of government and you say something, you come out very badly. He is saying that, and the same day Uhuru is signing something into law.
Yeah.
So you can see. You come out. But since Kenyans don't interrogate, and I'm so disappointed with educated Kenyans and people who are reasonable, instead of even seeing this for what it is, they are so lost in being Azimio or being UDA, they can't call out the president. The president signed that thing yesterday.
Yes.
Ruto talked about it the other day, the same day.
Same day, a few hours, minutes later.
Some people say, now he forced the president. God. Government system to get to the point where the president is signing. You can talk in the afternoon, in the morning, and in the afternoon the president, the thing is ready for signature.
Not really.
Which country? Where does it work?
Jubilee responded to the deputy president in a press release. They called it response to deputy president's hypocrisy of cost of living. They're saying that the deputy president is lying to Kenyans. This is just hypocritical of him, giving him two options: either resign or go back to your what they called dusty office and work for the government. Should the DP look at these two options, or should he continue with the option that he currently is using of criticizing the government while in government?
It is not tenable to remain in government and criticize government.
Not at all.
No, it's not tenable.
But it has been working.
I've told you this. Elections are decided, normal elections. Not elections where is euphoria, NAC, what, rainbow, where there's a landslide. A normal election. At the time of going to the polls, the country is almost always 50-50. Kibaki, Raila, 207. Almost 50-50. Uhuru, Raila, 2013. They're almost 50-50.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of people who decide an election. From that small percentage, don't rule out serious people. I've told you that before.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage who make the decision.
Some say those
who tilt the field.
Tilt
the thing.
Yeah.
From that small percentage, there is some significant percentage of reasonable men and women who will dismiss you on the basis of this. And maybe you needed them to win. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because when they talk somewhere, one person listens. When Manyora speaks, there could be 500 people who will vote because of what I've said.
Oh.
And when you speak and the other reasonable, so I'm saying those reasonable people who look at what you are doing as deputy president, so this is childish. You are taking Kenyans for fools. Remember, the vast majority of people are already decided. They are now at this stretch, they are looking for those people who can tilt this election.
Yeah.
And this from that small percentage, they are serious men and women. And who can see this for what it is. It's rubbish.
But what about trying to ignore these serious men and women and saying, I'm going the populist way. I'm going to talk to the majority of Kenyans that are on the ground. And for them, they don't really care whether I'm DP or whether I'm opposition.
You already have them. By and large, you have them. Let me tell you, Raila and Uhuru already have their votes. The 50-50, they have it. If Raila will get 8 million and Ruto 7 million, let's say, for example, which is most likely the case.
Yeah.
Let's say Raila is going finally to get 8 million and Ruto 7 million. Raila already has 7.7 million, 7 point something million. Ruto has 6 point something million. Each of them is just, the difference between now and August will be like 3 to 700,000 votes.
Are you saying Raila has caught up with Ruto?
Or
is that what you're saying?
Of course. By now, he has caught up with him.
Yeah,
I'm saying, I'm not saying Raila has 8 million, Ruto has 7 million now.
Yeah.
I'm saying that is likely to be the case, where Raila is likely to have 1 million or so votes more than Ruto. Whatever number you want to give it. The point I was trying to make is not that Raila is ahead or will be ahead. The point I'm trying to make, whatever figure Ruto will get, he already has it.
Okay.
Whatever Ruto Raila will have is more or less has it. More or less.
More or less.
In the next 1 or so month from now, by May, there will be no more votes they are looking for. They already have those votes. We are now looking at the tilting vote.
Okay.
And this vote, I'm telling you, is from that serious Kenyan who is looking for signs, and they will be swayed one way or the other.
Okay, obviously the DP cannot go back to office.
Why would he not go back
That's
to
obvious,
office?
because if he goes back to office, his campaign strategy of saying the government has been doing this cannot work for him.
Yes.
If he resigns, will that work for him?
Of course, now it won't make much difference. There was a time if he resigned, it would have had serious impact. Now it's soon going to be caught up even with not even the law. Just the awkwardness of the whole situation. It's so awkward that even another 1 month, is untenable.
Oh.
He's pushing Uhuru into doing things. But Uhuru will not do. Uhuru is not that type of person. If it was another person, he would not even have been Karen. Close for innovation.
Uhuru just forgives.
No, Uhuru is. No, Uhuru doesn't forgive.
He forgives.
Who tells you? Uhuru doesn't forgive. Uhuru is not a very good man the way you think. Uhuru plays the long game.
You've said that before.
The long game.
Let me use your friend. In the fullness of time,
Correct.
We'll see how things unfold. Until we do have these conversations again, thank you so much for tuning in into today's political conversation. If you haven't subscribed, here's my plea. Go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't come automatically. You have to do that. Click the red button, click the notification bell so that once a new video comes up, you become the first one to view it. Until we do have these conversations, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.